Hey everyone, I am Soundwave 884, and I'm just a 40-year-old man who still buys and collects Transformers toys and collectibles. And then some of them I will actually review here on my YouTube channel, Soundwave 884 Reviews. I also have a social media, Instagram, where I'll post pictures of these little playthings on there. You can follow me there at Soundwave _ 8084 _ reviews. Also, I'm on Facebook and Twitter at Soundwave 8084. My introduction to Transformers, my first series, was the G1 cartoon. Of course, back then it was just called the Transformers. There was no other generations to have that one called G1. And that was my introduction to Transformers. I saw the cartoon, I got hooked. I enjoyed watching. The commercials were even just awesome back then. The voice of the narration is just that got me hooked. So my first love was pretty much just the G1 cartoon. My first movie, of course, it had to be the G1 movie. I actually saw that at least 3 times in theaters that I can actually recall from my memory here. First time was with my dad. The next 2 times were with my mom. First time with my dad, I remember walking in. We got like the popcorn and stuff, and I remember seeing like the cardboard cutout, stand up, standee, what do you want to call them? And it was kind of like of the actual movie poster with Ultra Magnus firing up at the sky, Unicron's up there, and I was there looking at Ultra Magnus, and I'm like, who is this guy? I didn't recognize him. RC, Cup, Springer, Blur, Galvatron, Unicron. What the heck is this stuff? Went to watch the movie, was blown away by it. Just how violent and how, it took it from just being a happy little, cartoon to like, death, destruction, dismemberment. It just catapulted the whole series to another level, which, after walking out of the theater, we had to go tell our neighbor, like, you need to see this movie. There's cussing, there's violence. Like, we're, little kids are just blown away by that kind of stuff. And then my mom took me back to see it at least 2 more times. First time she took us to see it, I think just to shut us up. And then she actually liked the movie and took us back. My first Transformers toy, that would be this guy right here. I got him in a Hills. I don't know if y'all remember that store, Hills. We used to go there all the time. I got a lot of my Super Friends. I got some He-Man, and I got Transformers there a lot. I got my red Bumblebee there, which he's in pieces now. But G1 Brawn. This was my first Transformers toy. He's my first Autobot. My first Decepticon was Thundercracker, so I'll just throw that out to you. But I loved Brawn, and my first toy became my favorite Autobot. And of course, then he was first to die in the '86 movie. But the toy, good thing about him being cheap, because, the mini-bot price points, he broke a lot. Always broke his arms off. So it was easy to get replacements because he didn't cost a lot of money, and he was pretty plentiful on the shelf. So I still love Brawn. He's still my favorite Autobot. I try to collect as many iterations of Brawn as I can. My favorite Transformers series, I guess be G1, just out of nostalgia. G1 cartoon, just out of nostalgia. But I enjoyed other things as well. IDW did some interesting things in the comics. I enjoyed Beast Wars and stuff like that. My favorite toy of all time, though, would have to be G1 Soundwave. Everything based off of him. My channel name, my shirt I'm wearing. And this isn't the original G1. My original G1 Soundwave is a junker. He's missing the tape door. He's broken. And he's squeaky. He needs some WD-40. He needs a lot of lube. He's a squeaky little guy. So I have this as my stand-in because my G1 doesn't even stand up. He's just so loose, it just falls over. So I got this one, and I try to collect any reissues of a G1 Soundwave that I can. So I have a whole bunch of this. I just fell in love with this character, and the voice in the cartoon was cool. It was awesome. He had all his little minions, his cassettes, and that was cool. Gave you a lot of playability as a kid, and you even get to clip them onto your pants and walk around with him like he's a real tape deck and stuff. So his playability and imagination, things you could do with this character. That's what got me hooked, I believe. That and the voice. I gotta say the voice, right? Oh, what I love Transformers. I think it's just the playability of the toys. Because I was originally a He-Man kid, and I transformed into Transformers when they came around. I think it was just what you could do. Each character was so much more than what it seemed. You had a robot, you had a vehicle, you had a jet, a plane, a stereo. You had a lot of stuff. You had a lot of playability. You could really use your imagination with the characters, the toys, and I really enjoyed that. And I think that's why it got me hooked, and that's why I think I'm still hooked on these figures, 35 years later. And I'll probably be collecting these guys until the day I die. And I hope that's not any day soon now. I still got more to collect. I got some coming in. I got orders. I got pre-orders.